it's interesting because as an adult, do you look back on it and think maybe I should have been a little bit more selfish?
See, I always made sure I was straight.
Yeah.
I never signed management contracts or none of that. I never did. I never was signed with none of that. I never signed a deal at that time with them.
Right.
So like everything that I put out always was just me being. I won't say I was me just being selfish, but it was just me doing my own thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
What were you guys calling yourselves at that time? Because this is pre-GBE, right?
Yeah, my name, my rap name today was my name.
No, but I mean like as a crew.
It was.
You didn't even really have a crew name at that point?
No, we ain't come up with that name until Fredo came about. Fredo had got out of jail and was like, you know what? We're going to call ourselves Glory Boys.
Oh, so Fredo didn't get out until Keef and y'all were kind of buzzing already?
Right now, I won't say we was kind of buzzing. Right, he got out right before we could start doing any of that. Right when we just first started dropping, learning we could do videos.
And he was older, right?
Yeah, he was a few years older than us. Yeah.
So did y'all look at him as kind of being more experienced and shit?
Keith probably did because that was his cousin. You know what I'm saying? But for me personally, I always had to heal my own. So I never looked at nobody else besides me as in you. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Now,
no disrespect. No disrespect.
But okay, these days, everybody kind of knows that Keef is a strange guy in the sense that he's sort of to himself. He's kind of reclusive. He's definitely not like the biggest talker.
Yeah.
What was your perspective on him at that time when you guys are like best friends?
He talked to me, shit.
Yeah. I feel like he talks to his friends a lot.
Yeah, no, he don't, like, nah. You don't even talk to motherfuckers he be with like that.
Right.
Yeah, nah. His ass, I don't know. I just don't know, man.
You knew he was a different kind of guy.
I wouldn't say he's different. Nah, he's shorty smart. He ain't as slow as he seemed to be.
Right.
Yeah, nah, shorty smart.
I think he's a genius who just doesn't really communicate it verbally in the way that people sort of want him to.
He just don't want to. He just don't want to. Like, he do what he feel like he want to do.
Right.
He be having his mind made up. Like, he was what you call a rather be selfish, you know what I'm saying, than anything. He rather be to himself, you know what I'm saying?
Right, for sure.
And I respect that. Like I said, I respect it.
So was your friendship and relationship on totally good terms all through him sort of blowing up, or when does there start to be some strain on the relationship between you and everybody?
Well, everybody ain't had no issues.
Okay.
Me and him ain't had no issues. It just, me and him ain't had no issues. We never had and spoken with each other about actually, you know what I'm saying, bumping heads and nothing like that. Man, I don't know what it is with between me and him, to be honest. You gotta really ask him.
I thought you said it was when it was proposed that there was gonna be like a label and he was gonna be sort of the leader of it and you were gonna be his artist.
Nah, I don't know. He could have probably, I don't know. He probably could have wanted that or thought that, but don't get me wrong. At the time, by that being my dog, I wouldn't mind just falling back and doing that because it's like, who the fuck it matters to say that you bigger than me or this and that. It don't matter. I won't give a fuck. We on the same team. So it wouldn't matter that I wouldn't care at that time. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I can't even really. But I could tell you the situation wasn't supposed to go the way it did.
Really?
I could tell you that much.
In what way?
In the way it did, and it just being mainly focused on him.
Right.
It wasn't supposed to be about just him.
It must have been weird because you guys are all on the same level coming up, and then all of a sudden it's like his songs start going crazy, and you know he starts to perceive it as like maybe I should be in charge of this as opposed to just one of this. You know.
Yeah, and that's what I think. You know what I'm saying? Over time, because I never wanted to say it or admit to it, but over time I just let him. That's why I never really complained about it, just because it's like it is what it is. That's what you feel like you wanted to be, or you mad about that. Hey, shit, you can't be mad at me because I'm trying to make sure me and my 5 kids eat. You know what I'm saying? You got an issue with that, then fuck it.
You didn't have 5 kids at that time.
Nah, at that time I had 3.
Damn.
But you know what I'm saying? So, but if you gonna try to get in the way of me making sure my kids can't, fuck. You know what I'm saying? Fuck shit and everything that's around it.
Right.
Because I ain't letting shit get in the way of that. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people may not respect the fact that I'm trying to do my thing, how I'm doing. Because I feel like people don't, like you say, the business, you know what I'm saying? The business don't be right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's really mainly the main thing why I didn't sign with that situation, but I stayed loyal to it because of the simple fact that we created that situation off of us just having bonds together.
Right.
So it was a family thing. It never was about contracts. It never was about this. You know what I'm saying? Keep end up having a contract, doing the side contract with having a manager on the slick side. You know what I'm saying? So he ended up getting a manager. None of us ever had a manager.
Oh, okay. So you felt like him getting a manager was kind of
Yeah, they
sneaky?
played a big role.
We talking about
Not even
Pan?
saying a big role. No, Pan cool.
Pan has been around from the beginning, right?
Yeah, Pan been around from the beginning. Pan actually used to do a lot of work for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he used to do a lot of work for me in the beginning of my career.
Okay.
Like, he used to actually help me do a lot of work. So I got a lot of respect for Pan.
Crazy, fascinating person to talk to because he having helped manage one of the probably hardest to manage artists on earth.
But he came
He has a real
years
perspective.
Later, though. He came about years later though. Like after the bullshit. You know, he did a lot of cleanup work.
Oh, interesting.
You know, so I give him a lot of props. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause
Yeah.
he did a lot of cleanup work. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
But like you asked me, because like I say, he did that situation where nobody knew what was going on with that. Nobody knew he had a manager or nothing.
Okay.
And his manager just made the thing to where, like I say, of course, he was putting out his thing. Like you said, we all was at the same level type of thing, and then it just became more so a Keef thing.
Right.
And like I say, that's because his manager was mainly focused. He the only one had the contracts on. Who else is he gonna focus on? You dig what I'm saying? Well, I guess you think about it as that standpoint, and if I was in the street, it'd probably be the same way too, because he the only person he had a contract on, so he made it focus on him.
Right.
You know, then he was able to take the lead with it by him dropping his project first, and then he catching buzz. So he was like, "Fuck it, let's keep it going. Let's make it about you, and we gonna make everybody be under you type of thing."
Yeah.
And everybody just gonna have to go with it. That's what I can believe he probably was just saying.
And managers and labels usually work the same way, where if they have 10 artists and one artist has a hot song and he's popping off right at the moment,
They gonna try to make it all about that one.
and almost never is a label or a manager going to be able to have all the resources or all the time to really also be able to focus on a bunch of other artists. And even then, it's like 2 or 3 artists is a lot. Having like 5 or 6 dudes who are all buzzing from a crew, I mean, that just becomes really difficult.
That's what I understood though.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't really trip, or I never complained about it, because I understood. I knew that already.
Right.
That it's difficult to maintain that type of work. You know what I'm saying? So I just did a lot of work by myself initially. You know what I'm saying? By myself, because I knew that. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't want to sit there and be complaining about this guy can't do this because he focused on this or he doing this. He did this contract with that. Okay, bet. Man, he's focused on him. I can understand why this contract was that, and then he gonna sign it. Why when he signed a contract, that's mainly helping him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna say he was a bad, Keef he's just a bad person, but shit, who wouldn't want a contract that's based just about them and everybody else can be under them? If they want that control, if they want that type of control.
Okay, guys, we want to thank you so much for getting us to 100,000 subscribers right here on the Clips channel. If you want to support, please click that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 200K. Thank you so much.